It's round 11 of the full Send SuperSpeedway Series and the one and only race of the second round of the playoffs. Today, the drivers get back in the ARCA Menards, Chevy Impala to duke it out for 50 laps at the Daytona International Speedway for the tribute to Leo 137.5. Rest in peace, Leo the Lizard. He was a great lizard, and he'll be missed very dearly. I am your producer and lead commentator, River Page, and I am joined by Alex Anderson. Alex, do you have anything to say? You've been gone for a while, but you're back in the FTN booth for the full Send SuperSpeedway Series. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this race here today. Daytona International Speedway, it's a great track, and these ARCA Menards Gen 4 Chevrolet Impalas are going to provide us with a very fantastic show. You can see some drivers getting used to the conditions out here on this track. It's probably very hot out considering this track is on the coast of Florida. See, just some people messing around towards the end of practice. About 30 seconds left in the practice session here, and then yeah, and then looks like, yeah, just a bit of fun, late race practice fun here as we get towards qualifying. It's going to be a very entertaining race from today, no doubt.
Yeah, so last time we raced this car, we had a 5-wide finish. That was the last time you were in the booth. Remember that race very vividly where you got talked over by Alexander Balderas. He's racing today. Anything you'd like to say about the drivers? Any expectations you have for this event when it comes to you know, the racing product?
Well, you know, speaking of Alexander Balderas, I honestly want to pick him as, you know, my pick for the pole today. You know, he's very, very good at super speedways most of the time whenever he doesn't do anything stupid. But most of the time, very good at super speedways. I think he will take the pole here today, and I think he'll come up with a pretty decent finish as long as he can just keep that car clean. But as we head into qualifying, you really never know what could happen at these super speedways.
Yeah, that's right. So qualifying to get underway. You're in as a driver, so you can't watch. So here, hold on. Let me do some awesome stuff.
Awesome little live editing here.
Here we go. Look at my camera. There we go. So we're watching Josh Kenyon right now. I can't remember if he's won or not this season. Really one of the most boring drivers to watch. He never wins in style. You know, like the people who flip across the line. He just kind of is there. So we'll see if Josh Kenyon can get it done. I think, speaking of pole, I think Jacob Wilkerson's going to be the one to take the pole. Absolutely shocking pick. But I'm pretty sure he's won over half the poles this season. So as long as James Thurston doesn't join, I think Wilkerson's my pole here as we watch Sean Rowe come out onto the track. And Josh Kenyon's going to start his lap.
Yeah, here we go, and this is pretty much what you have to do for a lap at Daytona. You'll see him run the top this first time around. It's just going to be not too boring, you know. Usually you'd maybe want to be just a tad lower, but still, Josh Kenyon is going to ride the wall up through turns 1 and 2 above that little groove there you can see in the asphalt. This is just what you're going to do here at Daytona. You're going to run a lap up on the outside, and then you're going to run a lap down on the inside, more towards the yellow line. You can see the gap between himself and the wall there. He's pretty close. Might be able to just barely stand in between his car and the wall, but that's just what you have to do here at Daytona. He's just going to run a full lap like this, and then as he heads towards the tri-oval out of turn number 4, you are likely going to see him pull it down to the inside line. There you see how close the right rear tire is to the wall, and you'll see him towards the tri-oval now, probably dive down towards the bottom. Yeah, there he goes as he takes his second lap of qualifying. Let's see what lap he can put together here.
Yeah, so he's gonna really stretch it out up to the top above that seam. Normally it's like for a qualifying lap here, normally you see these guys they kind of let the car drift up, but I don't really know if they let it drift up that high. So might be losing a little bit of time by watching up that high. He keeps it pinched right down to the yellow line. I don't know how these cars drive because I've probably only raced them once here at this track. So it's gonna be very entertaining to see. What is the quick line right here on their out lap? Sean Rowe was a little bit quicker than Josh Kenyon. He put it right up on the wall. Actually, looks like him and Ledger both went for their fast lap on their first lap. So maybe Kenyon made a mistake by going out for his fast lap on his second lap. But he crosses the line here, drives onto the apron, and he is going to go. Oh, never mind. He's gonna beat Sean Rowe by 0.3 of a second. And so now Sean Rowe comes back out on the track. He did a lap and then he towed. So I'm not quite sure. What's going on there. Jonathan Ledger goes up to P2. Ledger, in fact, almost beat Josh Kenyon. So very good job by Jonathan Ledger. You know, It's definitely a little bit more difficult for him to drive than other drivers. He's a deaf driver. It's very cool to see that he's up here in second. He's got some pace here in qualifying in his awesome Dodge Mopar.
Yeah, it's a very awesome Dodge Mopar indeed, and as he heads through turns 3 and 4, I reckon Sean Rowe might have towed back to the pits to try and take advantage of the 4 qualifying laps that these drivers are given.
Laps.
Yeah, they are given 4 laps of qualifying, so I reckon that's probably what this driver's doing as well. As Jonathan Ledger is just going to try and run the bottom for all 4 of his laps, just try and see if any of his laps can be better than they were previously. However, here is the 42 car. I'm not sure who's driving this one.
This is Sean Rowe. He's not in the 99 like he's supposed to be.
Oh, this is Sean Rowe. So yes, this was the driver that towed back to the pits, and I reckon he did that just to try and take advantage of the 4 laps he is given. Maybe try and warm up the track on the inside a little bit, or warm up those tires, that way you can come back out here, run a lap around the top, and then come back down towards the bottom to try and get a nice quality lap. We'll see if he brings it down to the bottom this time into the tri-oval. Yes, he will. He's going to bring it down right towards the yellow line. Let's see if he brings it back up just a little bit. Keeps it right there, pinned in the middle of the race track. And now, as he heads into turn number 1, going to put it right back on the apron, doing just hunky-dory here down on the inside as he heads through turns 1 and 2 onto the back stretch. Now he's going to bring it just up right up to that middle groove. This is the kind of quality lap that would be going for pole. So I would expect this lap to go right up towards the top of the charts. You can see here from the chase camera, you can see him put it back down to the apron and leaving just a little space, trying not to hit any bumps there that would scrub any sort of speed. You're just trying to keep all the speed you can around here. And right now, it looks like that's exactly what he's doing as he brings it towards the line below the apron. That's something you can do in qualifying. Let's see where that puts him. And he tied
with Josh Kenyon. They tied.
And wow, wow. Oh my god, oh my word, he hits the jump. What an accident. I know you usually do that after qualifying at Daytona, but what a hit for Sean Rowe after his first few laps. That was absolutely mad.
Wow, what a terrible crash for Sean Rowe, and almost as mad is the fact that him and Josh Kenyon tied. It's gonna give the spot to Josh Kenyon. So let's give a mid-race or a mid-qualifying interview to the provisional pole sitter, Josh Kenyon. You are currently tied with your PBR teammate. How's it feel to be on pole here at Daytona?
It feels great to be on pole with 13 drivers and 4 people that qualified.
You sound a little sarcastic. I don't understand why. I feel like I'll be very excited to have a pole.
Yeah, man, I got pole. Let's go, man. Give me that trophy or whatever, the flag. Probably
Josh,
get wrecked
honestly,
out of this race.
Josh, with that, no, I would be a little bit more optimistic with that performance to get the provisional pole at the moment. I mean, still, Jacob Wilkerson has not qualified. Neither is my pick in the 95, Alexander Balderas.
However, yeah, your pick sucks. I'm not gonna lie. You should pick me.
Well, Josh Kenyon.
He was my pick for the pole, but I think I might go with you for the race. So good luck out there, and hopefully we'll see you back on top by the end of the race.
I'm sure you will.
Thank you for your time. Daniel Mosteller has infiltrated the broadcast booth. Security is not arrived yet. Demas, you have something to say?
I've been here for 7 minutes, and I've been wondering why Alex sounds like a Brit.
This is just how I talk.
I don't know. I don't know how much Court's paid you to sound like him.
This is just how I talk. I don't know what the difference is.
I must have missed out a lot then. About my chances for the race, because you don't want to ask me any questions. I'm starting from the back. Why is your screen black now? I don't know when to join back now for the timer. Oh,
I apologize. I was told to advance qualifying, but I am not.
Oh no! Oh no! Is it advanced yet? Or?
No, it's not. We're just
okay.
It's like this every week. These guys, they're just not a fan of advancing qualifying. They just like to sit here and wait.
I think you got to get in contact with Jacob Wilkerson. He's the only other admin in there right now. I'm out of the session right now. I want to start from the back. It's a 14-car race or something. I want to have fun. I'm racing for my playoff hopes, even though I'm not going to make next week because I have a life and I'm going to be in Charlotte for the IRL races. So we're gonna wreak havoc. Rest in peace, Leo. We're gonna race for him. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Daniel. All right, so with qualifying wrapping up, this is going to be a very intense race here. We've got 1 minute and 25 seconds. Like Josh Kenyon said, very triumphant over his pole. 3 other drivers to set a lap. Sean Rowe goes second, ties with his teammate. They both set 49.638 second laps. Jonathan Ledger goes P3, and Oliver Quinney he goes P4 in the number 73 machine, and then the rest of the field did not set a lap. So how do you feel about the race now that you've got Josh Kenyon picked? What are your expectations going into this race, Alex? You got a small field. It's gonna be very exciting.
Well, honestly, if I had to make 2 picks, I think I would go with Daniel Mosteller. Honestly, he gets a little bit leery, if he doesn't do too well in a race, but he's Super Speedway Ace, the self-proclaimed Super Speedway King. He has proved that. Time and time again in these Super Speedway races. So we'll see if he can maybe take the win here from Daytona International Speedway. It's going to be an electrifying 55 laps here from this 2.5 mile Super Speedway. And River, I'm just asking you, are you ready for it?
Oh, I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be a fun show. This league never disappoints, even when we have a small field. It's just it's something about the drivers. I don't know. They always make it entertaining. Whether it's wrecks or almost wrecks or wrecks. Yeah, that's why it's entertaining. And so it's gonna be a fun one here. So qualifying has officially ended. And we still have 4 drivers that set a lap, so we'll get the qualifying results on the screen. Josh Kenyon goes pole with the 49.638 alongside his teammate Sean Rowe. Sets the exact same time, which is kind of incredible considering they are 2 of the 4 people that set a time. Jonathan Ledger goes to P3 with a 49.683, and Oliver Quinney is the last driver to set a lap with a 49.781. Then Daniel Mosteller appears to be starting 5th, though he thinks he's starting from the back, so that may change. Jacob Wilkerson lines up P6, the points leader. Gavin Austin in P7, making his first start in a while. Corey Lyles starts 9th, and Alexander Balderas is going to line up P10. Alex, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, Will Shack in the 11th car, and Connor Asbell in the number 72 with Jacques Carter in the number 23. Rounding out the field, but I still think in such a small field like that, I still think he will. He'll just Bob's your uncle, so I still think he will be okay there from the 13th starting position as we just wait for the field to get rolling here. Just going to be a very exciting race here for 55 laps from this track. You can never know exactly what is going to happen from Daytona International Speedway. So, going to be a very exciting race, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Did you say Bob's Wunkle?
No, I said Bob's your uncle. It means everything's okay.
Oh, I see. I understand now. I understand.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And.
I think we should talk to one more driver before we get started. See how the drivers are feeling, because obviously Josh Kenyon was not that excited. Why don't we talk to the outside pole sitter, Sean Rowe? You tied with your teammate in that beautiful Heavenly number 42 machine. How does it feel to be starting 2nd with a pole time?
Feels pretty good. I haven't raced this in a long time, so it feels good to be starting near the front, and I feel like I can be competitive.
All right. Well, okay. Alex, do you have anything to say to Sean Rowe?
Yeah, and Sean, it's been a while since I've talked to you, mate. So I'm hoping you can do good. That is a very beautiful car that you've got on the outside of the pole sit in the number 27. That number 42 Havilland car, like I mentioned, very beautiful car. I wouldn't mind seeing that car in victory lane. So good luck to you today from Daytona. It's going to be a very interesting race. Hopefully you can hang on to it and keep it up in the top 3.
Oh, in it?
Thank you for your time, Sean. Yeah, good luck in the race.
Sure.
I noticed an eyesore in the middle of the field. Alexander Balderas appears to have blue rims on his car. That's definitely an odd design choice from
Let's turn the camera sideways and see if we can get another angle of that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let's do that here. Let's see. Yeah, they're nice and blue. They've got a little gray in the middle. I guess they all do. So we got blue rims to match the red car. I'm not sure what the thought process is from Balderas, but
it's like a nice little Spider-Man car, you know. He's a bit gobby, but I think that's still a nice car that he's got there.
Yeah,
still
he's
think
a bit
he can
gobby.
maybe put that car up front. So we'll see what happens. Here's River. Why don't you take us as we are about to take the green flag?
Here we go. We're watching Barney here. Pace car takes the hard left turn on the pit road, and they get to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway from race 11 at Daytona. Down into turn number 1, Josh Kenyon gets a fantastic start. Corey Lyles is going to push him. Those two are going to get out in front by a country mile ahead of that top lane. Sean Rose. Oh my goodness, they're wrecking already! Oh my goodness!
He saved it!
Mosteller! Oh my goodness, look at Daniel Mosteller going for a drift.
Oh no!
no!
It's a horrible crash
Oh my
now!
goodness, where's
Out of turn number 2!
Wow, what an incredible start.
Daniel Mosteller is out there driving like he's hammered now. There's horses for courses out there. Absolutely incredible.
Watch
This is in
this.
turn number 1 and 2.
Okay, so I look at Mosteller go through here. So they start wrecking. Sean Rowe tries to get down, and whoever was behind him just oh, look at the guy in the bottom. He just turns his car right. Look at Mosteller. He doesn't even lift. He does not lift. He goes full throttle onto the apron. He is sideways right there behind that Budweiser number 23 machine. Look at him slide it. Oh, he has it saved. The 23 does not save it. Look, he was sideways on the backstretch. He did not lift. He's still on the gas.
Yeah, him and the 23 driving like they're absolutely
Will
hammered
Shack.
out
Oh
there.
my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
What a
was
terrible
heck
crash for Will Shack.
What a ride
Wow.
for Will Shack there
Oh my
through
goodness.
turn number 2. That was incredible.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Wow. So he gets stopped right here, and then there's one. Oh no! Don't tell me he just arc a brake. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Just
Oliver Quinney
nowhere to go.
There
for
was
that driver.
probably somewhere to go, but nevertheless, Will Shack ends up on his lid. Why don't we talk to Will, because he seems okay. He might be a little concussed, but Will Shack up in the broadcast booth. Are you okay?
Physically yes, but mentally no. That was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
nice.
we saw you get arc braked very heavily. What was your opinion on the ending of that incident there?
That was completely insane. I didn't get to see what happened there, so I don't even know what happened to start that, because I don't know if I
you got arc braked and you died, mate. It was horrible.
Yeah, I got like before everyone even started wrecking.
I'm not quite even sure what caused this wreck. So it seemed like you were right in the thick of it.
It was just
Oh,
instant.
okay. So the 73 just tried to follow Sean Rowe down when there was quite clearly a car below him, and then
that makes sense.
after the fact, the 73 is he's been wrecked. He drives up. He's probably 10 car lengths behind the rest of the field. He sees you wrecked on the inside lane, and he literally just doesn't turn. So maybe some suspension damage, but the 73 turns you and then finishes the job. So yeah.
Yeah, that was an absolutely mad wreck there. Just, I hope you're okay, and it looks like the car's okay after you've used that faster pair, so good luck out there for the rest of this race, Will, and hopefully, maybe you could get back up there through this 13-car field.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh. What? Sound like you had something to say there?
Oh, thanks for taking the time to interview me.
You're welcome. Normally they don't say extra words after we say thank you for your time, but
You know, he just wanted to be such a nice guy. You know, thank us for dragging him in.
Will's a great guy. We love talking to Will Shack. He's a fantastic
great old
race
chap.
car driver. He is just a great old chap. But Alexander Balderas is in third. So say your prayers. It's gonna be Josh Kenyon, Corey Lyles, Alexander Balderas, Jonathan Ledger, and Will Shack, your top 5. So, wow, that's an eventful group of people that are gonna lead us to green.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite the chain of drivers that will take the green flag, as we are only 4 laps into this race, and already so much has happened in this field. So we'll see what happens when they take the green this time. Boy, it looks like not all of the cars have caught back up to the field. Currently, it looks like they're still maybe trying to get some lap backs, as you see laps back, excuse me, as you see those gaps closing there on the ticker. But I still think this is going to be quite an entertaining race. We've already seen the energy straight out of the gate. So I think as we get more towards the end of this race, it's only going to get more and more exciting.
Yeah, I agree completely. We see David Bell in the chat. David, big fan of you, big member of this community. So it's great to have you watching. Leaf Opstead is back. I feel like he's always the one that says hello, River, in the beginning. It's great to have such a big fan, Leaf. So I appreciate it. Fisher Studios in the chat. Going to be sponsoring the Iora Race for Our Heroes 300. That's coming up. What is it? Next Friday?
I think it might be next Friday. I might be able to check real fast.
So Fisher Studios is the name on that race. A lot of these drivers will be competing in that, so that's going to be exciting, and it's going to be live on FTN. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that race will be next Friday, May 26th. You won't want to miss that one. It's going to be a grand show. But as the field comes back towards the trioval, the green flag is back out. We are once again racing from Daytona. Bit of a jump start from a car behind there. I think that, no, that was not Josh Kenyon. He's leading right now. There's a car back there. Almost jumped the start, lifted as to not pass the entire field. Josh Kenyon still leads them as they head down towards turn number 1 once more. Alexander Balderas was quickly to get back inside behind the number 27 machine. Here's the onboard from him as they're still picking up speed. They made it further than they did last time without death, so I think they're doing quite all right. You see Jacob Wilkerson up there on top. Sean Rowe going to stick down on the bottom now. 2x2 for the lead. More cars forming up on the outside line. Looks like it's going to go back to even as Jonathan Ledger goes back to the inside. Alexander Balderas clear with the lead into turn number 3. Thinks about taking it to the bottom, and yes, he will. That's going to give Jacob Wilkerson the outside as they head out of turn number 4. Balderas back to the top.
Turned.
Alexander Balderas into the wall! That's going to be some major suspension damage, and we'll have to see if he can at least keep that car on the lead lap. That is not going to be easy for that number 95 team.
Yeah, so Balderas, he got to the lead and he just didn't know what to do with it. It looks like right here he sees Wilkerson has the momentum. He tries to get up, and with this car, it's just like a scoop, and Wilkerson doesn't lift, and rightfully so. Bad block by Balderas right there. He is.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's going to take him out of
yeah, look at that right front.
Field, a lot of damage to the right front tire.
Yeah, that car is destroyed, and it looks like he is parking it. So Balderas is out early. It's very unfortunate to see. He's doing a little drift. Look at that right front. Oh no! Balderas is going backwards. Alexander Balderas is driving backwards on the track.
Oh no!
He stopped it. He stopped the car. He stopped the car. Here comes the field. Through 1 and 2. This is not good. Alexander Balderas is still on the racetrack right now. On board with Balderas right now.
Good.
He's
this
backwards on
not
the racetrack.
Good.
He's gonna.
Where is he going? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This can only go bad. This can only go bad.
It looks like he's just gonna sit and watch.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit and watch. Okay, I thought we were about to witness an insane wreck there, but he's just gonna sit there on the inside and watch. Now he tows it back to the pit lane. So
maybe just
almost
trying to scare the field.
Yeah, almost a disaster there, but looks like it's going to be all okay.
Yeah, back to the lead. Daniel Mosteller wasted absolutely no time. I don't know how he got to the lead. He got to the lead with that little Balderas incident. Now, him and Jacob Wilkerson are going all over the place as Corey Lyles follows them through on that inside lane. He's gonna get ahead of the 27 machine there. That's Josh Kenyon. And now they go back down the back straightaway. Daniel Mosteller's got a comfortable lead. No challenge from the drivers behind. Now the top lane and the bottom lane kind of even. Mosteller gets down in front of that 43. Jacob Wilkerson, a fantastic pusher, and he wants to be ahead of that number 43 as they come back off of turn 4.
Yeah, and here we go as they head through as the trioval now. Daniel Mostella still leads. Jacob Wilkerson giving him a push as Corey Lyles there on the outside with a push from Sean Rowe. They are trying to make it up into the lead as we are just before lap 9 in this race. We'll see if maybe Corey Lyles can try and take the lead, as it looks like Alexander Balderas, after that incident, is going to be firmly out of this race.
Mosteller back up to the top and back to the bottom, trying to control lanes. Oh, the 43 almost turned him. Now they're going to be even for the lead. Corey Lyles is digging the top side. He's got help from the 42 / number 99 of Sean Rowe. That top lane, 3 cars versus 4 cars on the bottom. Very reminiscent of the Legacy Nationwide race where we had, I believe, 4 drivers in the pack at the end. Or the Legacy Gen 6 race, rather. This field is very small. We see that second pack with Wolfshack, Jonathan Ledger, and Oliver Quinney out of the pack right now. 7 cars, and the 43 deciding which lane to go as they're even without him. 3 by 3. Mosteller trying to hang on to the lead on the bottom. Corey Lyles all over the place on the top. He gets to run off, and Mosteller gets up to block. He's doing a great job controlling both lanes, and he's going to keep the lead now. They go 3 wide with the 42 / 99 of Sean Rowe. Now he's going to have absolutely no help, and the top lane has just fallen apart.
Yeah, and as these drivers round lap 10 to take lap number 11 through the trial once more.
Very sideways.
And he's going to save it on entry of the tri-oval. And what a save from him, as Jacob Wilkerson still leads this race over Josh Kenyon. More and more cars starting to fall out of this lead pack as they head down the back straightaway once more. Jacob Wilkerson still leads. Corey Lyles is going to try something to the outside here. He's might have a little bit of help from Daniel Mostella behind him, who has not gone to the inside yet. Or maybe Carter there in the inside of the 23 car. Looks like Mostella is going to give Lyles the help he needs. No, it's going to go 3 wide. He has a huge one. Goes 3 wide.
Oh, they saved it! They saved it!
Saved it! Daniel Mostella! He saves it!
God, are you kidding me?
Across the trial, that is going to really split up this pack now. What a series of events.
I have absolutely no idea what just happened. They went 3 wide. Look, the 27 to Kenyon gets turned, and then Mosteller just cranks it hard left. He cannot save it. He goes back and forth. I don't know how he saved that. That's incredible. Yeah,
that was absolutely insane.
Field is split out a lot. We've got 2 guys in this lead pack and 4 drivers from 2nd or from 3rd to 6th. I'm not sure what happened to 7th. I think it was Connor Asbell. Oh no, there's 5 drivers here. I think one of them's a lap down. It looks like Oliver Quinney's racing up here 2 laps down. So now this pack of 5 has made their way back up. They're going to get in the draft, even though those 2 drivers have a bit of a gap. They're not going to be able to work together, even if they were the 2 greatest drivers in the history of the all-time, and pull each other away. That's kind of impossible with 2 cars. And so now this pack catches up. Wilkerson's going to get an absolute shot to his rear end. Mosteller forces it 3 wide.
He's sideways!
Wow, what is he doing? Mosteller's trying to wreck the whole field, and he almost just did right there, but Corey Lyles kept his composure, and now Corey Lyles might retaliate on that number 43 or that number 87 right there as they come back through the tri-oval one more time. Here they go 3 wide. Lyles is going to split out Mosteller. Following him is going to be Sean Rowe back down into turn number 1. 2 by 2 for the lead. It's going to be Corey Lyles with the lead into 1. Now the 43's working that bottom side. Corey Lyles in the 42 of Sean Rowe trying to push him on that 2nd lane, but they don't have enough speed. And now the 42 ducks back down to the inside.
Yeah, and Jacob Wilkerson still leads with Daniel Mostella right behind him. These 2 always find themselves up front at these restrictor plate tracks. Jacob Wilkerson leads them into 3s. It's single file on the bottom as Corey Lyles and the 73, I believe that is, back there, falling back just a tad. Single file throughout the top 4. Daniel Mostella tries to beat to the outside, made Jacob Wilkerson have to swerve all over the track to block. Here comes the 23 pushing Sean Rowe. That's Carter pushing Sean Rowe as they head back into turn number 1. It looks like Sean Rowe just has his nose out front. Can't get cleared just yet. Josh Kenyon has joined the outside line to try and help. And side by side back there is Quinney. And
Yeah. Quinny is the
with
lap car,
Corey
and
Lyles.
he's made it side by side with Lyles, and so those guys are going to lose the draft.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and Corey Lyles finally decides to get back in line behind him. It looks like now they'll make their way back towards the front of the field, but looks like almost disaster for those two cars. Here comes Quinny back to the outside.
He got a huge run, even though he's 2 laps down. He's racing like it's for the win right now. Big block by Mosteller. He can't do it. Sean Rowe was too quick for Mosteller, and Sean Rowe disconnects from the race just when he made the move.
Sean Rowe is to the shadow realm.
Sean
Up in
Rowe.
the guys, the
He's back.
straight goal. There he is.
He's
He
back.
pushes the wall.
He is back. After an incredible internet issue, he's back. He absolutely fenced the hell out of that driver. I believe the 23 of Jack. Oh, there goes Mosteller.
There goes Mosteller! He'll hit the inside wall, and he'll be far behind this back. He's across the track.
Oh, he doesn't save it. He couldn't save it this time, and maybe we'll since we kept it green, we're 3 wide for the lead right now. We'll let these guys settle down, and we'll get a live race interview with Daniel Mosteller and go through his thought process right now, because Daniel Mosteller has been one of the most aggressive drivers that we've ever seen.
Bro, he wrecked me!
Daniel
He wrecked
Mosteller,
me! What did I do?
evidently disappointed.
Bro, he wrecked me!
Who are you referring to when you say bro?
Who was that Hooters car? Was it Ledger?
No,
oh, he's leaving.
Lyles. That's Corey Lyles.
Sorry, I'm used to seeing he made that. Okay, Lyles, what's he doing? He wrecked me!
Well, that's very unfortunate. You were very aggressive right there before that happened, though, splitting it 3 wide with Corey Lyles. That may be why he wrecked you, because you absolutely doored him out of the way. What was the thought process there with the aggressive driving so early on in this event?
You know, Dale said, you know, everybody says race for Dale, race for Leo. Leo. Yeah, why am I speaking like this? I'm mad. We're racing for Leo. It's to have fun. Leo likes aggression. He likes to be aggressive, or she. I don't know. I'm not that smart. Gavin
Neither am I. Neither am I, mate. Neither am I.
Yeah. We're just having fun here. I'm basically locked into the next round. I saw a gap. I took it. People were trying to push me. They were trying to wreck me, and you know, after like the 5th time, they finally wrecked me. I got that in the memory bank. If they want to do that again, then I'll fight back.
And it looks like
I don't know.
fair.
I don't know what I just said. So someone got to help me out in like 20 laps.
All right. Well, Deimos, anything else you'd like to say before we put you back in the race?
I don't know. I've just passed all these guys.
It looks like you just made a pass on Jonathan Ledger for P8.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've gone by Will Shack.
We're fast here. We got a fast race car. That should have been a yellow, but I'm an admin, and you can't really be biased with single car wrecks. Ledger just told me time 87 fast, so that's some inspiration to get back up to the front. Thanks for interviewing me. Love you guys.
All right. Well, thank you for your
Thank you very much.
time, and good luck in the rest of the race with your time 87 fast.
Yeah, and he will try and make his way back up to the front of the field. Obviously miffed about what just happened to him, but it's the same old story for him. It's a bit of an old chestnut. He will eventually make his way back up towards the front of the field, so I will definitely expect him to be back up at the front of this pack before the front of the field. Before the end of the race.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Lap 20, almost 20 laps into this thing. As I come back up for turn 4, we'll have 20 complete laps. Over 15 of those have been green, and the 43 finds himself up in the lead just like he has done basically every single race. He always gets to the lead, and he's always up there now racing with his teammates and those PBR boys. 1, 2, 3 right now with Sean Rowe, the 27. Just as he did in the Xfinity Series race and the Gen 6 race, he just pushed the 43 like the 43 was his own mother, and if he didn't push him, he was going to spontaneously combust right now, and he's doing that same thing here. He's just not going to get off of the 43's bumper. He's going to make it a very boring race, so we'll see what happens there if anyone can get around the paintbrush racing boys for the lead.
Yeah, but still, I do think that these cars should have to pit before the end of the race, as they get primarily single file throughout the field. So we could see some green flag stops if another yellow doesn't come out. With how aggressive these drivers are being early, I reckon we could see another yellow before those pit stops start to happen. But now, Quinny, 2 laps down, he's going to try and make a move to the outside once more. And it looks like some cars have already made their pit stop. Will Shack might be just coming out of the pits now, as well as Connor Asbell. So obviously they can't make it to the end on fuel, so just trying to maybe make that pit stop early. Daniel Mostola does the same thing. He's on the field. Oh my Gideons! Wow, that was super close to a Kevin LePage style incident with Daniel Mostola and this field. That was very, very close.
Yes, oh my Gideons indeed, right there, as they if that could have been very catastrophic. It could have seen the Daniel Mostola space program be put into effect right there, as the 42 of Sean Rowe goes back up into the ladies side by side with the 43 of Jacob Wilkerson, and he has the advantage. Corey Lyles is going to try and push him, but the 27 of Josh Kenyon is just not going to lead the 43, and that's very, very boring, as he's not going to even try and make a pass. He's just going to keep him out in the lead, keep him afloat from the hungry dogs behind him. The 43 of Sean Rowe, even though he is a paintbrush racing driver, he does not like his teammates, because he does think that they are frauds, and he does think that they are boring, and they are proving that they are boring frauds right now. They're just running that bottom lane, and there's just basically no chance of passing them as they come back off of turn 4. This time will be 23 laps completed on to lap number 24. Very great number there. Number 24 is the River Page number, and the Jeff Gordon number. And 2 very awesome race car drivers right there. So lap 24 is a very memorable one right here, as they come back around through turns 1 and 2, even for the lead. Maybe Sean Rowe can get around the 43 down the backstretch this time.
Yeah, and as they head down the back straightaway, Wilkerson still leads. Sean Rowe is just barely out in front of him. I don't know if they can beat that duo of Josh Kenyon and Jacob Wilkerson on the bottom. And now it looks like trying to stay even. Sean Rowe up top, right behind right with Corey Lyles there, trying to get around his PBR teammates that he believes are frauds. So it looks like it's going to work out quite well, as he is going to be given the lead here, and this might solidify this race and keep it going, or excuse me, and just keep the PBR train moving, as I don't know if those 3 cars are going to be able to get around them.
Yeah, definitely here it is. Those guys are going to get 1, 2, 3. I don't suspect that they're going to be able to make a move, so well, you do your task that has been sent to you in your DMs. We'll see if these drivers can make anything happen there on the top. That's the 23 of Jock Carter and the 56 of Corey Lyles, but they're falling back now, and everyone's going to get single filed out, and we'll see what happens there. So yeah, as they go back down across the tri-oval, Alex Anderson's been sent to the voice chat of the PBR teammates to see what happens there. He's been moved to race chat 1, but he's been put back into the PBR chat. He's telling them to make a move because this race is very boring, and so we'll see what happens there. Side by side now. Oh my goodness, Mostola has the lap car. Holy mackerel, he almost just took out the whole dang field. He almost did it again. Now he's just running around as a hazard. We heard when he pulled him into this voice chat that he was basically locked into the next round of the playoffs. I don't think there's enough drivers in here to knock him out, and there was only one race per playoffs, and so we'll see what happens with the 87 machine of Mostola here as we come back around. 26 laps complete, and the caution is out.
And it looks like we have a yellow back onto the speedway, and it looks like the PBR drivers have been informed to stop racing the way they are and start to make some moves up towards the front of this field to keep the race just a tad entertaining.
It looks like Jonathan Ledger had oh, there's smoke ahead of Ledger. I'm not quite sure who that is. Okay. The 72 of Connor Asbell appears to be spinning. What an interesting wreck it appears that we've had here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there.
So it looks like Asbell is pushing Oh, okay. Will Shack just runs into the wall. Very Will Shack style there. Runs into the wall, and the 72 has nowhere to go. Spins, and then comes up. Watch out, Jonathan Ledger. He's going to hit the wall by himself right there, trying to miss that wreck. And so, this will make things very interesting here. And since I've been trying to squeeze this in all race while they're under yellow doing their pit stops and such, we're going to go non-stop here live on FTN. Wow, what a
Our Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Coming back to you live on FTN. They have just been given the 1 to green here at Daytona about halfway through this event. The drivers took fuel and tires on our last pit stop, so they will have no reason to come down pit road either to repair their cars after their unfortunate damages. We have 5 drivers currently in the field. Will Shack is in P6, and he is coming through turns 1 and 2. Now Jonathan Ledger also on the lead lap. Oliver Quinney as well. All of these drivers sat on pit road repairing their cars. Daniel Mosteller is currently making his way down the front straightaway. I don't know if he will catch the pack at this rate. Here he had just gotten his laps back. We saw him get lapped multiple times under that last green flag run. And so we'll see what happens there. Connor Asbell back onto the lead lap. He's right there in P10, and the other 2 drivers that were in the race have disconnected, so we've got 10 drivers left. Alexander Balderas has disconnected from the race after his unfortunate incident at the beginning of the event. And so we've got 10 drivers to finish it here. It'll be 25 laps to go. Green flag is back in the air, and we're underway at Daytona for the second time.
And here we go as they head down towards turn number 1 once more. Josh Kenyon gets out there with the lead. He's got help from Sean Rowe, but he's going to pull up in front of Jacob Wilson, brings it back down to the inside line. 2 by 2 for the lead as now we're on the onboard of Carter, the number 23 car. You can see some cars were not able to get fully caught up to the field, so you can see Will Shack and Carter back there. Those might be the only 2 cars that can get back into this lead pack. The others might be just a bit too far back, those being Quinny and Jonathan Ledger. So we'll see if they can get caught back up. It's still single file in the top 4 as Corey Lyles separates the PBR freight train now through turns 3 and 4. Looks like the 23 and the 35 are going to be able to catch back up now. However, still, Corey Lyle's going to try and make a move. Peek to the outside now. Almost got split by Josh Kenyon. Sean Rowe going to make a single car effort on the outside to try and take a lead away.
He's making it work up on the top side. Josh Kenyon's going to go follow him, and they're going to try and get PBR 1, 2, 3 again. Maybe a strategy move here to get Lyles shuffled to the back. And we'll see if Wilkerson gives up the lead here off of 2. They're going to get a big run. The 56 of Lyles not doing a good job pushing. And so that's going to give those 2 on the top the advantage right now. We'll see if they can get clear down into 3. It looks like Sean Rowe's going to get clear, and he is immediately going to ditch his teammate.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, River, Sean Rowe does view his teammates as frauds, so I'm not surprised that he just abandoned one of them there to try and better his own race. Back to the outside goes Jacob Wilkerson. Corey Lyles is going to go with him. Sean Rowe abandoned on the inside now, only has help from the number 23 car of Carter now. Will Shack going to follow as well. And it looks like now they go back to the top side. The 23 and the 35 single file throughout the field. Corey Lyles going to make a move to the inside. Josh Kenyon not going to follow his teammate this time around. Sean Rowe going to go up there in line behind Jacob Wilkerson. Gives him a major push now. Bomb drafting of both cars down the back straight away as a slight run from Jacob Wilkerson. It's not going to get him anywhere compared to the 56 and the 27 on the inside, but still some drivers behind him, Jonathan Ledger and Quinny, they are starting to slowly close this gap, so they might be able to get themselves back up into contention with this field as we are just on the cusp of 20 to go.
Yeah, coming this time by, it will be 21 laps to go, and that 56 of Corey Lyles, he's probably the underdog of this pack right now. If it isn't the 23 or the 35 right now, he's right in between these PBR drivers who have not been working together on this run like they were last, and so that's given the opportunity to Corey Lyles to get up there in the front and race for the lead right now in that Hooters 56 machine. They're going to be dead even going into 3, but his awesome Dodge Mopar is going to have the nose in front as they come through turn number 4. The 42 of Sean Rowe is going to try and push the 43 of Wilkerson. Will Shack makes a move down low onto the apron. He makes a move on exactly nobody, but he goes down the lane below the yellow line here, and the 43 gets right up even with Corey Lyles. They're going to go back down into turn 1 even for the lead, neck and neck. Here they come, Lyles and the 27 of Kenyon on the bottom, but I think the 43 of Wilkerson is going to be able to get the run and take the lead back off of turn 2.
Yeah, now, even down the back straightaway, 2 cars. Oh, it looks like Carter's going to try and make a move up to the outside, try and go 3 wide for the lead. He doesn't have help, though. He's not going to be able to do anything with that as Jonathan Ledger, with help from the 73 car, is going to be caught back up to the field. So now it's an 8-car race for the lead here as they head to 20 to go at the line. Jacob Wilkerson is going to get in front of Corey Lyles. We'll see if he moves down or maybe if he waits until his teammate gets clear. It looks like Sean Rowe might just barely be clear now. No, he's not yet. So it looks like they're going to have to try and wait again if they want to get those 2 cars clear into the lead. Corey Lyles comes back to the inside and gets his nose back out in front. We'll see if they can get a run on the top side.
Yeah, here they go back 3 wide. Those 2 on the top, Ledger and I believe the 23 of Carter, trying to make the top lane work, but Ledger's not close enough to him. And the 43 now still, even with the 56 of Corey Lyles, those 2 are going to be fighting until the end at this right now. We got 4 drivers in each lane. This race is picking up the pace right here as they come across the line. 19 laps to go, and this is gonna get exciting now as they're gonna go even for the lead now. The 43 is gonna get clear of the 56, and he gets down immediately. Now Sean Rowe is gonna have to get help from Jack Carter and the 28 of Jonathan Ledger and the top lane absolutely falls off a cliff here, and now the 42 gets down as quick as he can because that top lane absolutely stopped working.
Yeah, and as they head into turn number 3, still single file, Corey Lyles separating a PBR freight train once more through turns 3 and 4. That rhyme, good job on me. As Jacob Wilkerson still leads the field. Josh Kenyon back there in third. Another PBR driver, Sean Rowe, is there in fourth. Single file throughout the entire top 8 as Will Shack gets in line there. But now PBR cars moving to the outside. All 3 of them to the top lane. Sean Rowe going to duck back to the bottom now as Corey Lyles starts to get a run. But we'll see what happens. He is back there, back in the rear of the field. The 23 of Carter was swerving all across the track in turns 1 and 2 as Jonathan Ledger moves up the track as well. Jacob Wilkerson firmly in the lead with Josh Kenyon and Will Shack behind him, as well as the 73.
Yeah, now the top lane has got that momentum. Wilkerson is going to try and get the lead back. Corey Lyles fought to the inside, and he's going to have that advantage in the turns, but now the 43 Wilkerson gets right to him. The 28 of Jonathan Ledger is swerving all about onto the apron there. Now he's going to try and fight back down into turn 1. That bottom lane kind of disperses. One driver from the bottom jumps up to the top, and now it's 5v3, and the 43 might be able to get the lead here. Yet the 27 of Josh Kenyon can push him. Here they go off of turn 2. Kenyon trying to stay even with the now the 23 of Carter jumps down to the bottom. Will Shack falling off the bumper of Kenyon, and it's a 2-horse race on the top versus the rest of this very small pack down on the bottom. And Kenyon drops off of the 43's bumper, and the 56 will live to see the lead for one more lap.
Yeah, and Corey Lyles doing a great job maintaining his position up there amidst all of the PBR cars as they take almost 15 laps to go. That's 16 laps to go at the line. It's going to start getting dicey up here towards the end of this race as now the 23 making some sketchy moves there towards the back of the field, switching between 2 lanes as PBR teammates up top, Corey Lyles and Sean Rowe on the bottom. We'll see if they can keep this rolling as Jacob Wilkerson gets a bit of a push down the back straightaway. He could clear if he wants to. I don't know if he'll separate himself from his teammate, though. Just want to know who you're working with. It looks like, no, Josh Kenyon's going to take it before he does. Josh Kenyon to the inside now. Corey Lyles is going to be able to give him a push, but the awesome Dodge Mopar of the wheel in number 73 of Quinny up there's Will Shack in the wall at a turn 4. Will Shack walls himself, and that is going to give him some major right side damage. So we'll see. There's the replay of it. Just goes straight off of turn 4. And off of the wall he goes. And that's going to take him out of the lead pack.
Yeah, he's got a very solid amount of right front damage there, as every driver in the field just lost a spot. And I think someone had blinked out and got back in there, because on my timing and scoring, everyone just got past. I think someone who had came out and come back. Oh, we got a lap car. Everybody watch out. Oh, it's gone. Now it's back. I don't know who that is. It's going to get out of the way, but the leader has to check up. That's going to be problems if they can. Oh, my goodness, they're wrecking.
And what a crash out of turn number 4. The 28, I believe, was involved in that one. No yellow for it.
Again. They're wrecking again. They just wrecked again while I was looking at a replay. And how many goddamn times has that happened? Unbelievable. Look at this. As they're coming through the tri-oval, they just wrecked, and the 43 goes high. The 23 tries to block. Just does not work in his favor here. Goes for a little spinny do down into the inside. Jonathan Ledger is already been spun out. We'll see what happened to Ledger. Oh, okay. It looks like Ledger just kind of drove up into Sean Rowe. You know, doesn't have all his senses about him right now, I guess, but nevertheless, he spins through the grass. Maybe a little bit of damage to Sean Rowe's machine. See, that right side might be a little caked in.
He just keeps it hooked to the right.
Yeah, it looks like the right front of Sean Rowe's car is severely pushed in, and that's gonna definitely put a damper on his performance here. You see that 21 or 23 car going for a spin, and Sean Rowe may have just given up on the race. I think he did. Oh no, Sean Rowe gave up on the race. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
My goodness.
What a crash!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Wow. Sean Rowe absolutely gives up on his chances at winning this event, and he goes for a wild ride.
Yeah, it looks like he just combination of being angry with his teammates and just the race maybe not working out the way he wanted to towards the end of it, and he takes a wild ride
Oh,
through
no, he's
turns
fine.
number 1. Oh no, he's still out there on track, so might have just wanted to do a little bit of trolling there. But it looks like he's going to probably use a faster pair at this point in the race and try and get that car back on track for a decent finishing spot.
Yeah, you see that? That car is severely killed, but I don't know how his motor didn't blow. I mean, he absolutely died. As one driver gets faked out and it's on the pit road, looks like that's Corey Lyles who's going to lose all of his track position. He's going to go from second all the way back to possibly 9th or 10th. So big, huge loss for the 56.
Yeah, and into his pit stall he goes. It looks like he's going to take some tires now. Maybe wanted some better handling. I don't know if that's a better choice of a track position at this point. Sean Rose spins there, and more cars heading into the pits now. Sean Rose spins on pit road. I'm not sure what his thought process right now is. As he pulls into his stall, I reckon he'll take that faster pair, but it looked like he just turned left and back right and just spun the car.
He's having some fun right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. He might also get a penalty for having his car outside of the pit lane.
I'm sure they would clear that.
Yeah, they should clear that. I don't know why they wouldn't. Corey Lyles didn't lose that much time after taking tires. He's still there in 4th. You see him in the background as Will Shack also exits the pit lane in the background there. As I assume at this time by, we're going to take 1 to green, so we will restart this race with 10 laps to go. We'll see what happens when we take the green flag.
Yeah, this time by, we're going to go green to see the lights on the pace car should shut off. This time by, it's going to be the 27 of Kenyon and the 43 of Jacob Wilkerson on the front row. Oliver Quinney and Corey Lyles on the second row. Will Shack and Sean Rowe will go 5th and 6th, and then Connor Asbell and Jack Carter in the 4th row. Mosteller and Ledger in the 5th row, the final drivers out on the racetrack. And so this is going to be an exciting finish. We've got Daniel Mosteller, 9th out of 10 drivers, very aggressive, and he's going to be coming from the back of the field. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see what he can do there from the back.
Yes. As we are 1 to green, most of the field has caught up. Still some cars trying to make their way into the field. We're still waiting for Daniel Mosteller and Jonathan Ledger in his awesome Dodge Mopar. So looks like there's another car catching up in the background, as that will make it an 8-car field. It looks like Carton, the number 23. So he's just about caught up to the field at this point, and there he is down there on the inside, as he's got another car behind him. I'm not sure who that is behind him. It's Connor Asbell. We haven't seen much of him this race, have we? As Mosteller and Ledger still trying to catch up to the field, as they are almost ready to get this race restarted. About half a lap to go.
Yeah, 1/2 of a lap left on this pacing lap here and this caution. And when they come back around, I will take the green flag with just 10 laps to go. And it's going to be a very, very exciting finish here. The 43 and the 27, the teammates are going to try and control the rest of the field. But we've got, like I said, aggressive drivers in the back, Mosteller and Ledger, as those guys are sitting in the back right here. You see Mosteller coming back up to the back end of the field right there in the 87, and Ledger's going to also be catching up right here. So we're going to have 10 cars out on the track to finish this one up. In the tribute to Leia 137.5, we're going to have just about 25 of those miles to go here when they come across the stripe. Back into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air, and we're underway for the 3rd time at Daytona. The 27 gets up in front of his teammate immediately, almost spun out, and now the 73 of Oliver Quinney might have a chance at the lead here for the moment down into turn 1. We'll see if he can get up in front of the 27 and possibly clear him now. Corey Lyles is going to push the 43. He's going to push the 27. Now Lyles gets down, and the PBR teammates have been hung out to dry. Corey Lyles drives onto the apron for no apparent reason. Here comes Mosteller, 3 wide up in the front. Mosteller goes up the suck hole, but he's going forwards here, and he's gonna get on the side draft from the other drivers around him, and he's gonna go to the lead. Here comes the 23 of Jack Carter's gonna follow him. Carter might try and push him here, but he's gonna lay off of his bumper as they come back off of turn 4. 3 by 3, back to the line. 9 laps to go, and Mosteller may have the nose down into turn 1 if he can get ahead of Josh Kenyon, and now he does have the lead over Kenyon down into 1.
Yeah, and he does have a really nice push from Jack Carter. Carter almost gets into Oliver Quinney down on the inside, though. Daniel Mosteller is quick to pull in front of Oliver Quinney in that number 73 machine. The Mike Wazowski car back to the point, as now Jack Carter has a push from Corey Lyles, as Jacob Wilkerson with him as well. We'll see if they can maybe get something done, and yes, they will. Oh no, but Corey Lyles going to push Jack Carter 3 wide. Josh Kenyon going to follow him as well as Jacob Wilkerson. So that's going to send the 23 car of Jack Carter all the way to the rear of the field, as Connor Asbell and Will Shack, as well as Jonathan Ledger, watch on from a little bit further back. It's going to come down to the wire here. Last call for these drivers.
Yeah, Mosteller's leading that bottom, but just as fast as the momentum switches to the bottom, it switches back to the top. And now Corey Lyles has the advantage, and he has most of the field in tow behind him. 3 or 4 cars on the top lane, depending on how you see it, with that one driver hanging off the back of them. Now Jack Carter is the 5th guy on the top, but he's going to catch right back up to the back of Corey, or Sean Rowe rather there. And Lyles hangs on to the lead. Mosteller's fighting back on the bottom with only one driver close enough to give him an arrow push. He is hanging on to the lead on the bottom, trying to get the side draft off of the 56 of Lyles, this time by 7 laps to go, and he's gonna be dead even with Lyles now. A big push from the 27 of Josh Kenyon to the back of Corey Lyles, and Mosteller will lose the lead. He's gonna try and force his way up into that outside line, maybe looking to get ahead of the number 27 and maybe the 43 there up into the top side. He's definitely not gonna get the lead now, as the 56 of Lyles will easily have him cleared down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and Josh Kenyon might get clear as well, as Daniel Mosteller. No, Josh Kenyon's not clear, so Corey Lyles going to stick with him on the outside now, as he's got some really nice help coming from Jacob Wilkerson. However, look at the 3 cars behind Corey Lyles. They are all PBR cars, so I wouldn't be shocked if they split him and went 3 wide. I mean, Corey Lyles could still pull in front of Daniel Mosteller if they did choose to do that, but I would still leave it on the table. It could happen here. We'll have to see what Josh Kenyon does. Is Corey Lyles going to pull down in front of Daniel Mosteller? We will see if any of these 3 cars on the outside can get back to the front of this field. That's how this race has gone for the most part. There's the run down the back straightaway as the field heads into turn number 3, ready to take 5 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, this time by, it's going to be 5 to go, and this race is heating up. Back through 3 and 4, Corey Lyles got down in front of the 87, and it may have been a mistake, because the 27 is going to take the lead here, possibly across the stripe. Now Lyles gets a big push from Mosteller, and Mosteller's going to keep the 56 afloat in the lead. The top side getting all squirrely. This car is very hard to push, and these guys are trying their hardest to get the driver ahead of them up on the rest of the field, up the racetrack, get into the higher track position. So you see the 43. Oh, contact for a second. Mosteller is going into the middle lane for no reason whatsoever. He gets around Corey Lyles. He wants the lead on the bottom. He's going to get him. Now he just barely gets clear of him. The 27 of Josh Kenyon's going to drop down in front of the 87 of Mosteller to take the lead permanently here on this lap. At least the 43 might get him next time. No, he's gonna get him this time across the stripe. The 43 almost gets to him. 4 laps to go, and the PBR teammates are dead even for the lead down into turn 1. It's a dead heat.
Yes, we'll see what happens now. 3 turns at 1 and 2. Dead even for the lead. Jacob Wilkerson squeezing his teammate on the bottom. He makes contact with Daniel Mosteller as they head down the back straightaway for the last couple times. Jacob Wilkerson look at Oliver Quinney up on the top side. He's trying to get a 3rd lane rolling. He might have help from Connor Asbell. Depends on what that 72 car does. He'll move up, but Oliver Quinney almost into the wall. Looks like Connor's going to let him back into the back into the outside lane from there. 3 laps to go as they cross the line. Jacob Wilkerson is going to lead this lap. I don't know if he'll lead the next one, though, as these drivers are going to get more and more antsy towards the end of this race.
Here they come back down into turn 1. Frames dropping. The iRacing service cannot handle the excitement that we're feeling here for this finish as one driver in the back blinks out. That's Jonathan Ledger. Now the 27 to Kenyon leads the field onto the apron. He gets back up onto the racetrack. They're 3 wide in the back of the pack. Now Corey Lyles, you see, moving up to the middle lane. He's trying to follow that middle line. They go 3 wide for the lead now. To the bottom goes Kenyon. On the top, Oliver Quinney in the 73 Whelen machine trying to get to the corner panel. The 43 and side draft his way to the lead. His help just ran into the wall, and now he's going to be hung out to dry. 2 laps to go, and it's Josh Kenyon in the lead.
Yeah, and PBR controls the field right now unless somebody decides to make a bold move through the middle, but no room for that right now. The only space to go is what Oliver Quinney is doing up in that 3rd lane, and he just is not getting any of the help he needs. So down the back straightaway for the second to final time, Jacob Wilkerson trying to get a nose out in front. It's still Josh Kenyon with a great push from Daniel Mosteller on the inside. Almost gets completely clear of it, Jacob Wilkerson in that 43 car. And yes, he will. I don't know if he'll move up. Probably just keep it on the bottom. Now, Corey Lyles barely fits back into that middle lane after trying to make the outside lane work. White flag at the line.
Here they come across the stripe. Daniel Mosteller pushing the 27 to Kenyon, but Jacob Wilkerson always in the lead, always in a threat for the win, and he's going to be there again. He leads the field down into turn 1. Now the top lane gets split out, or they get split up on the outside. Corey Lyles goes 3 wide, and Lyles has the rest of the field in tow behind him. Is the 43 going to block? No, he's going to stay middle. 3 wide for the lead. Corey Lyles is going to take it. Josh Kenyon drops back on the bottom. Lyles trying to get clear of the rest of the field. He has Will Shack pushing, but he's not going to get there now, and they get loose. The 72's back into the wall by himself again, and here they come through 3 and 4 for the final time. Josh Kenyon has the lead. Mosteller goes to the middle. Kenyon gets turned. He's up and over. Mosteller's wrecking. Jacob Wilkerson is going to win at the line, I think. He did. He got him at the line. What a finish.
The entire field wrecks coming to the line, and Jacob Wilkerson with the benefit of the doubt. You can never really count him out of the pole or of the win at any of these races. Here's the win once more from his perspective. We're going to slow it down just a little bit for you guys as they head through turn number 4. It was going so well for Josh Kenyon. Then Daniel Mosteller moves up, hits Jacob Wilkerson. Josh Kenyon goes to block right across the nose of Jacob Wilkerson. Daniel Mosteller gets turned by Sean Rowe there. The entire field, it seems, goes through the grass, and Jacob Wilkerson almost gets taken out by Mosteller in the process. I almost want to see where everybody else ended up through the grass.
Yeah, so
there.
Here's second place, Sean. This is Sean Rowe for second place. And third is Jack Carter, the Budweiser machine. This is as they're coming across the line right here. Jack Carter is in third.
Will see if we can turn the camera. Let's see if we can turn the camera to see where they were in comparison to Jacob Wilkerson. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. My thing does not like to cooperate with me, but this is Wilkerson across the stripe. Let's see. Let me edit my camera, man. Come on.
You hitting Control F12?
I'm hitting Control F12, Alex. What do you think this is? Here, watch this. Okay, so we've got our camera on here. We did some slight camera adjustments here. So here's Jacob Wilkerson coming across the line. We'll get an exact frame by frame. Well, that's not how you change frames. This is so here comes Wilkerson to the line, to the Daytona sign on the wall, crossing the stripe right about there. And this is Sean Rowe in second. Oh, this is Sean Rowe in second. That's Balderas. Where is Sean Rowe? I can't find him anymore. It's only going through the people that did not finish the race. Okay. So here's Wilkerson. We'll get back to the camera. Wilkerson is going to be first. Sean Rowe is going to be second right here. The middle car in the grass. Jack Carter is going to be third. He is the farthest left in the grass. He is almost on the left of the Daytona paint in the grass. Fourth place right there next to Carter. Or that's going to be Will Shack, and for Jonathan Ledger in fifth. And then Mosteller is gonna be in 6th, sliding on the regular asphalt. Connor Asbell comes home 7th, and then Lyles, Quinney, and Kenyon. Josh Kenyon, heartbreaking result there. As we saw him right here, we'll go back from the drone camera. He got absolutely shunted by the 87 of Mosteller. He kind of just blocked him right there. Mosteller, he saw the gap. He tried to make it work, and Kenyon just blocked it a little bit too late. Hits the outside wall, gets clobbered by Corey Lyles, does a bunny hop. He lands it on all fours, bounces into the outside wall, and he will come home in 10th, the last driver to finish the race under his own power. Right here, there he goes across the line. And so that is going to do it. We'll pull in first, second, and third. Jacob Wilkerson managed to get back into the lead and sneak his way into a win for probably the 3rd or 4th time this year. He has done that like a little mouse or something. Just kind of squeaks his way in to the winning position. So we'll talk to Jacob Wilkerson. Wilkerson, you've been the class of the field all year, and you just won another one. You locked yourself into the next round of the playoffs, probably the points leader. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I started in the back on the start of the race, and yeah, I just basically just did what I'd normally do in every single race. It's just I want to be at the front the whole race, and yeah, worked out in my favor the last 5 laps.
Yeah, well, you got lucky there. Mosteller tried to go 3 wide in the middle, and you didn't let him have it. And your PBR teammate kind of sacrificed himself for your sake there, and it kind of cut across Mosteller's nose. Anything you like to say to your teammates, because you and Sean Rowe and Josh Kenyon were 1, 2, 3 for a majority of the race.
Yeah, we were working together. I was trying to keep Demos pinned behind Josh, and yeah, out of 4, I guess he tried to. He tried to squeeze a 3, and Josh looked like he just came up a little bit too much, and fortunately ended up ruining Josh's race. But at the end of the day, at least we got a PBR car in victory lane.
Exactly. So, anything else to say to your race winner, Alex?
Yeah, just great performance from you, Jacob. You just had absolute control of the field like you do every week. Congrats on the win and enjoy it.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so that is going to wrap up our interview with a first place, Jacob Wilkerson. And I'll pull up the stats in a minute. I think that is the 4th or 5th time he's won this year, something like that. Very great there. And so we'll talk to Sean Rowe. He's just gone on mute, but Sean, P2, sliding through the grass in epic David Kreutz all-star race fashion. How does it feel? Sean,
Hello.
you got a copy?
Yeah, my internet went out. Yeah, what happened?
So you slid across the line in the grass in 2nd, very reminiscent of David Kreutz in the all-star race. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. Had to fix the arrow, so I went over the jump in turn 1 and hit the fence. Got a little more arrow, good car, and we raced and we went vroom vroom. Yeah,
you did a very fantastic job there. We thought you had given up when you hit the jump in turn 1, but you continued on, just making some adjustments to your arrow there by getting into the catch fence.
Yeah, I wanted to give a show for the fans and fix the car a little bit, and hitting the catch fence can do both. I was doing my tribute to Dale too, and ended out better for me than it did for him.
Yeah, so Alex, have anything to say to our 2nd place finisher?
Just congrats on the win. Great job from you.
He did not win the race.
I didn't win.
Well, yeah,
this
but
isn't
still,
Formula 1, buddy.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Congrats on the podium, and yeah, just great job overall. You were up there all the race, just didn't have it go the way you wanted to at the end, but still great job.
Sure.
All right. Thank you for your time, Sean.
Yeah, totally.
So Jack Carter is P3, but he's not in the voice chat. So Daniel Marsteller asked for an interview, and he is going to get another interview. So we'll just we'll pull in Demos. He finished in the 6th position, but he would like to talk with us, and since third place isn't here, Demos, what would you like to say?
I did not wreck the field. That wreck was not my fault. Car high. I asked Wilkerson if it was my fault. He said it was not my fault.
Did I say it was your fault?
I don't know, but they're all pretty mad at me, the PBR boys, because I wrecked their driver. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't want to wreck the guy, but
Josh
car
Kenyon,
high.
Daniel Marsteller thinks that the wreck was your fault. How do you feel?
I feel that I did come up a little bit. We were trying to keep him down there. I know he was gonna split in, go 3 wide, and beat us, so that's what we were trying to do. But I did look at the replay, and I was clear of him. But it's not like he was gonna lift. Like, it was just.
If I was clear of you, how did you spin off my nose?
Look at my chase cam. I was clear of you, but no matter what, you weren't gonna lift anyway, so it doesn't matter, because I wouldn't either. It's final lap. I don't really care that much, as long as I'm still in the championship.
Does he know?
Okay, well, Josh Kenyon had to be brought in for the argumentative part of this interview, but Demos, you're P6. You should be into the next round of the playoffs. So with these one race playoff rounds, it's gonna be very difficult to stay up in there. Now it's gonna be, I believe, the round of 6. I'm not quite sure. I think there's two races left after this. It's the round of 6, as we got a plane landing at Daytona. Fireball Talks NASCAR plane enthusiast. What kind of plane was that? That'd be very interesting to know. And Demos, how do you feel going into let's see, what is the next race? Where's the schedule? Here it is. How do you feel going into Michigan Street Stocks?
I'm not gonna be here, so I just took up a playoff spot, so I'm very happy about that.
Huge playoff implications.
Yeah, Charlotte's so much better than racing a street stock at Michigan. Like, what? What did Gavin think about? Designing his schedule. Man, pretty bad combo. Speaking of Gavin, rest in peace, Leo. Again, we raced pretty well for him. I wish I could have won, but PBR boys had me all sandwiched up there coming to the line, and I probably would have won the race, but Sean Rowe tried taking the grass, and he kind of hooked me in the right rear and spun me back up the track. But we finished P6. I spent like half the race outside the pack, so it's definitely good to be in the pack fighting for the win. Hopefully no one shows up next week, so maybe I could be in the playoff hunt still, but that's very unlikely. Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting. Yeah.
Well,
NASCAR.
Congratulations on 6th. Have fun at Charlotte, and woo NASCAR. Thank you for your time.
Woo NASCAR. Mopar, me minor.
So that's gonna wrap things up. Alex, have anything to say before we get the results and then shut it down?
Yeah, just an interesting race, pretty entertaining one at that. So just congrats to all the drivers that did well, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, so here's the results. Jacob Wilkerson comes home with the win ahead of his PBR teammate Sean Rowe. Jack Carter in his first start, P3, great job by him. Will Shack through the grass, P4. Jonathan Ledger through the grass in P5. Daniel Mosteller came home in P6. Connor Asbell in P7. Corey Lyles comes home 8th. Oliver Quinney in 9th. And Josh Kenyon, the last driver to finish under his own power, comes home in 10th. In 11th, Alexander Balderas and Gavin Austin did not start the race. So that is going to wrap it up. 55 laps in the tribute to Leo race here at Daytona. Next week we'll be back for the round 12 of 13 race at the Michigan Street Stock combination. We got gypped out of a Street Stock race earlier in the year, but that's gonna be happening there. So Jacob Wilkerson wins his 3rd race of the year. He ties with Daniel Mosteller for the winningest driver in league history, and we'll see what he can do next week at Michigan. I think David is going to be live later today. If if that Truck Series League has a race today in the SCRL series, David Kreutz will be back. So all of the David Kreutz fans, don't worry, David will be returning. I will be live on Tuesday for the Highline Racing League Truck Series finale, and yeah, that's gonna do it. Hopefully we see Alex Anderson in here more. He did a fantastic job. His beautiful accent, and provided great entertainment for the fans. So thank you, Alex. Well, you're welcome, River. Oh, thank you.
My
Alex.
apologies. You are welcome, River. It was great fun to be up here, and we might be back up here next week. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up. So we hope you all